Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Dashawns2cents. We're doing something special today, first ever. We're doing fantasy booking, episode 1. There might be more episodes, we don't know. So I always think what SoCal guys will go good against the talent from the rest of the country. We have PWG, we have AWS, and we see these matches once in a while. What about we just fantasy book? Well, if I had the money to run a show, what would my card look like? I've been running a web show for 2.5 years. I've interviewed so many guys. I've seen some of my wrestling matches here in SoCal. I've seen a lot of great talent that should be facing bigger talents. So I have my 8 matches. And it's hard to pick this 8 matches. And these are all, we have 6 singles matches, 1 tag match, and 1 women's match. It's hard to have all the wrestlers that I like, and all the wrestlers from the East Coast, to the West Coast, to the Midwest. It's hard to make 8 matches. So I might let somebody people out, don't get hurt, this is just what came to my head first. No offending anybody, this is just what came to my head first. So I might do it ever later on, might add different people. What I'll do, once I've used somebody, I won't use them again. That's what maybe I'll do. I always try to do something different. I always try to use the same card twice. We'll see how this works. Let's go with my 8 matches for the first episode of the Johnson's Fantasy Booking SoCal versus the world. Mostly today it's versus the rest of North America. So let's go with my first matchup. We have a match that is personal for one person. We have Willie Mack, one of the guys who can switch gears all the time and go. The Willie Mack would bet for now. Basically, I think it's underrated in the East Coast. Matt Cross. He's been around for 15 years. It is awesome. Willie Mack says that's the guy he wants to face. So I think let's book it. These 2 guys can move like the best of them, and they will put on a hell of a match, and I think they will do great. My next match might surprise people. Might drop some jaws, but we have one of my favorite guys from the West Coast, Bateman, who's improved every year, who's been busting his ass every year, who uses the Japanese style like no one else. Hard hitting, will knock you out with an elbow. Who else knocks out with elbows? Who else is on the indie scene? We have the knockout artist, Chris Hero. These 2 are about the same height. Chris Hero might have more advantage, more years on him. I like these 2 in the ring. Put them in against each other. And then we have my boy Kevin Steen. Who do we put against Kevin Steen? Who's a bad dude? Who can brawl? Who can bring the fight to Steen? I thought that guy's having a great year in Hollywood. Tito Escondido. Tito Escondido versus Steen, that would be an excellent matchup. I think these 2 work well together. Tito is an underrated singles competitor. Then for my tag team matchup, there's tons of tag teams to pick. So in this fantasy, Ray Rosas is not injured, so PPRAY is healthy. Who can match PPRAY? In the charisma department and the wrestling department, I think the juicy product of David Starr and JT Dunn. An awesome tag team from the East Coast that have been tearing it up in CZW, are the number of contenders for CZW World Tag Team titles right now. And JT Dunn versus Ray Rosas, David Starr, Peter Avalon. That would be awesome. That would be a match to see. Then we put the next match. We put the Ring of Honor World Champion, the PWG World Champion Adam Cole, versus I think one of the top guys right now in SoCal, V-Boy. This match hasn't happened yet, and it should happen. This is an awesome match. It should happen somewhere down the line. Then we have Michael Elgin, one of the best. Who do I put him against? Another tough guy, another bad dude, Rico Dyamite. So I put the Banditos against their toughest test, Elgin and Steen. See if they can get the wins. Then for a nice technical masterpiece, gotta have the mat wrestling on the show. We have one of the best mat technicians in SoCal, Ryan Taylor. And who do we put against? Kyle O'Reilly. That would be a great match. Ryan Taylor's almost underrated. He should be WWE. He should be making millions of dollars. Doesn't have the personality. Then for the women, we gotta put Kimber, one woman that impresses me the most. One of the most hard-hitting, tough women. Doesn't take shit from anybody. Has beaten men, women, anywhere. Who else has beaten men and women? Hudson Envy. Hudson Envy versus Kimberly. I say Bart, book it, AWS. So that is my 8 matches. The Dashawns2cents first ever fantasy booking. You have Willie Mack versus M-Dog Matt Cross. Chris Hero versus Tyler Bateman. Tito Escondido versus Kevin Steen. PPRAY versus the Juicy Product. The B-Boy versus Adam Cole. Rico Dyamite versus Michael Elgin. Kyle O'Reilly versus Ryan Taylor. Kimberly versus Hudson Envy. And this is all done in fun. This is not going to happen. It's not a show. But if I had the money, if I got the lottery tomorrow, I would book this if I could. This is my first ever fantasy booking. If you like fantasy booking, you want to see more, be sure to like it, comment it, tell me on Facebook who you want to see, what match you want to see, comment. What's your fantasy booking? What's your fantasy card? So, that's the number to Dashawns2cents in the books. So, as always, go to persontees.com/Dashawns2cents, buy a t-shirt. Go to Dashawns2cents on Facebook, like the page. Follow us on Twitter, @Dashawns2cents, and I'll be here with more videos. Peace.